Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists of pointless things. Why are we flying by his pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin. 10. Number 10 is this cozy spot located in the Dream Grove, which is the Druid Class Hall. And this specific spot is kind of like a library, cafe, hangout area. I'm actually not too sure what it is exactly. There's also some beds around here, so I mean, this could just be a place to rest or relax or really just anything. And in the middle, there's this big tree, and I think the tree is really what does it for me. I mean, there actually are other trees in this place. You can see them around the outside. There's like, you know, between the books and between the beds and stuff like that, but I really love the tree being in the center, and you got all the little plants around there and the little green fairy butterfly thing just flapping around, and then you also have all the little night elf lanterns just hanging around as well. It's just, I don't know, it's a very relaxing area. It's like you could read a book, you could take a nap, you could eat some food, you could write, I don't know, you write whatever you want. But yeah, I just really love this vibe here. It's just almost like they've brought nature inside. So you kind of get the best of both worlds, right? You're inside, but it feels like you're outside, and you can read a book, you could chill, you could go to sleep, like whatever. It's great. So that's why the Druid Class Hall Dream Grove room, I actually don't know what to call this, is number 10. 9. Number 9 is this camp located at the Tidebreak Summit in the Stormsong Valley. And this one is especially cozy for people that love rain, because even if it's not raining anywhere else in Stormsong Valley, if you come to this location, it starts raining. I don't know if that's intended, I don't know if it's accidental and Blizzard just messed up, but it's very cozy. So if you really like rain, come on down to this spot, and it's just constant rain. And you've even got a little campfire here. You've got this big tent you can go in. I mean, you can put another campfire in this tent if you want. It's got a table and chair, and there's some weapons and a telescope and notes scattered all about, which I guess that might be less cozy, being like, who was here? Why did they abandon this place? You know, there's still half-eaten food here and like boots, and there's potions and stuff laying about and a compass. I'm like, did something attack people here? But there's no way that would happen, right? This is too cozy of a spot. So let's just forget all that and just really appreciate this as a nice cozy spot. In fact, there's a little river nearby. You can go fishing if you want, or just sit by the river and enjoy all the sounds of the rain and the water. It's a fantastic cozy spot. So that's why the Tidebreak Summit Camp is number 9. 8. Number 8 is Grizzlemaw, and Grizzlemaw is the Furbolg city located in the center of Grizzly Hills in Northrend. And I would actually have this higher up on the list, but I feel like all of the Furbolgs fighting all over makes this not as cozy. In fact, some would say this really isn't cozy because of the Furbolgs, but I don't care. I think this whole area, if you take the Furbolgs fighting out of here, is insanely cozy. You're inside of a tree. There's all these glowing things all around. You have all of the Furbolg houses, like apartments scattered all about. And then you have the inside of the tree where you have this little cave area, and there's a bunch of Furbolg totems here. It's pretty cozy if you remove the Furbolgs. But for me, the thing about this place really is the vibes. You've got that cozy kind of warm lighting from these beehive lights, which I hope they give us beehive lantern lights in player housing. And you got all the little windows and all the little houses, and just being inside of a tree in the Grizzly Hills, like, it's just pure vibes, man. And so I had to put this on the list because I've always thought this was just a cozy place, and I was like, it was the perfect video to do it. And so that's why I put Grizzlemaw at number 8. 7. For number 7, we go back to Val'sharah, but this time not in the Druid Class Hall, but just out in the wild, specifically behind this big tree where there's this little picnic area set up. And so for me, not only is this little picnic area very cozy, right? It's kind of tucked away in nature behind a tree. They've set up some pillows. You got some food here. But just the actual whole area in general is very cozy, right? Like, you could just walk around this whole Val'sharah area with the plants and the trees and the flowers and the waterfalls and just the water in general, right? And it's just very cozy, very relaxing. It's going to lower your blood pressure just walking around here. But then if you really want to get cozy, you just go behind this tree. You got this little picnic area set up. Perfect type of role player spot, right? I mean, you do have Cenarius here initially, but I think after you do some questing, he does leave. And if he doesn't leave, I mean, you could just pretend he's having a nap. He's having a relaxing time. He's so relaxed that he just passed out. And they're like, man, dude, he is really relaxed, right? But yeah, overall, this is a very cozy spot hidden away in Val'sharah. And so that's why I decided to put it at number 7. 6. Number 6 is this cozy Borealis fire pit, and I actually really like this area. I didn't really notice it until last year. I made a video for the official World of Warcraft YouTube channel about celebrating New Year's Eve in World of Warcraft, and I was looking for places and being like, what would be a cool place to like celebrate New Year's Eve, and looking for all this stuff. And then I came across this fire pit area, and I was like, dude, I didn't even know this was here. Like, genuinely, I didn't know this was here. There's like a bunch of pillows you can sit on. There's like some couches, and it's just this fire pit area. Like, it's a legit, really nice, cozy area. I will say, I think this is the type of area you probably go to at nighttime, right? Because usually, you know, big fire, lighten up the area, cozy vibes. You want to sit down, have like a, you know, something to drink, and then you could chill out by the fire. But during the daytime, it's just like, you know, there's a fire over here. Like, it's still cool, but I think nighttime is what provides the best cozy vibes for this area. So yeah, this might not be the craziest area on the list, but it's definitely one of the coziest and most unknown areas on this list. And that's why the Bonfire Borealis area is number 6. 5. Number 5 is the Rangari Enclave and the Path of Light, located in Draenor Shadowmoon Valley. And this is a pretty big cozy spot. In fact, this might be the biggest area for cozy spots on the list, but it is really cozy. So first we have the Path of Light area. There's this big tree here. It's like this garden area, and you can sit around the big tree and relax, and just the lighting and the sky and just everything feels so cozy and relaxing. And then you've got the waterfalls in the Path of Light, like on the sides of the Path of Light, which I think are really cool as well. And it leads to a bunch of other types of garden spots where you could chill out. So there's actually numerous little garden areas all around here, which is really nice. And then we have the Rangari Enclave area, which I really like because it gives me the Zanger Marsh vibes. And I wanted to put Zanger Marsh on this list, and I was flying around and I was like, you know, I really like Zanger Marsh, but I couldn't find like a specific cozy spot that really hit me. And then I came here and I was like, dude, this is it. It just gave me like modern Zangar Marsh vibes mixed with the Shadowmoon Valley stuff. There's fishing and boats and little food stands and just the big mushrooms overhead. Like, it's just so cozy. And so yeah, like I mentioned earlier, if you just want a cozy area in general, not just like some little spot, this is a fantastic place to come to. And so that's why the Path of Light and Rangari Enclave are number 5. 4. Number 4 is the Dalaran Portrait Room area, and I'm pretty sure nobody had this on their list of things they expected to be in a cozy spots, but I really do love this area. I mean, it really gives me convention center lobby vibes. I don't know if anyone else gets that, but you know, there's a bunch of little areas to hang out and sit around, drink coffee. There's some cool side rooms with big library walls, like massive library walls, where it's just books upon books. You go like grab a book and then sit down on a bench and read, or you could grab a book, maybe go out into the lobby area, sit down on the couch, have some coffee, you know, take in the vibes of like, you got the big chandelier up there, the magical chandelier spinning around. You got some cool architecture stuff all around, or you could just stay in the actual library area. There's a bunch of books all over. There's little tables and stuff you could sit at. Like, it's got some really nice cozy spots. But yeah, I love the Dalaran Portrait Room area. I'd say it's pretty underappreciated because it's kind of hidden away. You know, you only really go there if you have quests or you're trying to get somewhere. And I think not enough people stop and really appreciate it. And so that's why the Dalaran Portrait Room is number 4. 3. Number 3 is 2 locations in the Azure Span. And I knew I wanted to put an Azure Span location on the list, and I was flying around specifically in the winter area because I always love winter areas. There's like Winter Spring, right? There's Dun Moreau, but Azure Span was a little newer. It's like all these big pine trees and all this crazy stuff. And I was like, dude, there's got to be some cozy spots here, right? So one of them is this little Tuskar camp, and there's a kid rolling a big snowball around. There's a bunch of Tuskar fishing, and it's just a really nice secluded area. You're by some cliffs, and you have all the big winter pine trees all around surrounding you. It's just a really cozy spot. But speaking of big pine trees, the other location is actually inside the trees themselves. And as soon as I saw these, I was like, dude, this is perfect. This is a nice cozy spot. You could start a fire inside this tree, and you're not going to burn the tree down because, you know, it's a video game. And really, the other relaxing part is that it's always snowing here. Like, whether it's daytime or nighttime, it always has that overcast snow going on. In fact, the birds agree. This is a fantastic cozy spot because they actually made a nest up here, and they're actually guarding a dragonflight treasure that you can acquire if you find this place. But I don't know if anybody still wants dragonflight treasure, but there you go. You can find one. But yeah, overall, Azure Span is probably one of the coziest zones in the game, but these are just a couple of my favorite spots, and so that's why they're number 3. 2. Number 2 is the Suramar Menagerie, and this is one of the places I didn't even realize until I played Legion Remix, and I was just flying around doing Legion Remix stuff, and I was like, yo, this is actually really cool. You know, it's like walking through a zoo. You've got a bunch of different animals here. There's birds, there's dinosaurs, like there's a whole bunch of stuff, and you can just walk through. I think one of the best things you can do is actually just roleplay walk. Just put your roleplay walk on and just kind of casually stroll through. You can see all the goats. There's polar bears here. There's tigers. Like, there's a whole bunch of creatures here. Now, I will say, I was looking into this more, and apparently there's quests where you have to free the animals from here. So, dude, I swear, like, every time I'm like, this looks like a fun, cozy spot, there's either like furbolgs fighting each other. There's like the Cozy Storm Peaks tent, but it looks like somebody got attacked there or something. And now there's like people trying to free the animals. I just thought it was like a friendly zoo, but they're like, no, they're like trapping them and torturing them here. I don't think they're torturing them, but like, I guess they're just trapping them. But like, I don't know, man. I just think it's a cozy menagerie zoo area. So I would say just use your imagination. Come here and be like, hey, this is a nice Suramar zoo where they're treating all the animals well. And I'm going to walk through and appreciate the vibes and the colors and, you know, all the cool stuff. Just do that. But yeah, aside from all that, this is a really cool, cozy, unique type of area in World of Warcraft. So I just really wanted to put it on the list. And that's why the Suramar Menagerie is number 2. And number 1 are the taverns located at Goldshire and Keranos. And I was trying to put both of these on the list. And at one point I was like, you know what? I'm just going to combine these because to me, these are both very similar, right? They're both kind of in starting zone areas and they both are, you know, very cozy in their own way. One is like you're out in the snow and you got to get out of the snow into the warmth and you have a drink by the fire and it's very dwarven and it really gives you that cozy winter vibe. And then you've got the Goldshire Tavern, which, you know, it may not be snowing outside, but you can really come here at any point. It's got that fantasy tavern vibe where, you know, it gives those like Lord of the Rings vibes of like chilling in the tavern by the fireplace, and you got the upstairs with the beds where you can stay, and you got the downstairs with all the people eating and drinking and having a good time. And it's just, these just feel like some of the coziest places in World of Warcraft. And like I said, I was trying to figure out which one to put on the list or put both on the list. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to combine them here because they're very similar in their own way, but also, you know, a little bit different, but not too much. And so that's why I decided to put the Keranos and the Goldshire Taverns at number 1. Hey everybody, thanks for watching this episode of Pointless Top 10. If you want more top 10s, you can go check out Coolest Towns. That's kind of a cozy vibe. Or I did just upload a compilation of potential WoW housing stuff Pointless Top 10. So you go watch that. Also, like the video and comment below what your favorite cozy spot in WoW is. Okay? Okay. See ya.